Did you get him a bag too?
Well, yeah, he gets the case to put it in. I mean, you got to be safe.
That's true.
This whole thing's mine?
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. This is Harvey's gear.
Dude. Oh, you guys are hooking me up. Wow.
That one guy had to body slam the other day.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
I'm really mad at it.
Did we get that on tape?
No, I didn't.
That would have been great pod fodder.
Right.
Oh, well.
No, Harvey is our. What have we given him a specific? He's
How
not
about
an intern because we're paying
production
him.
apprentice?
Yeah, production apprentice. So he currently helps us with one of our clients doing the podcast,
You're
setting it up and
fired.
running it. Ladies, is Harvey, are you single?
I'm single and ready to
Ladies,
mingle.
he's single. Let's get his number out there. For me, I'm more of like the front end of it.
I'm just making it up. Of a similar nature or character.
JMKast. JMKast.
But we get shocked often by Chris.
You Google my name, it always pulls up Ric Flair and Blackjack Mulligan. That's another story for another time, though. We're back. JMKast is back.
Yep.
Rick Mulligan, Greg T. Johnson.
Greg T. Johnson.
At least I didn't call you Craig this time.
He remembers my name.
I know, I got it
Yay. We have a special guest.
We do.
Actually, not really a guest.
well-
He's going to be, pretty much a contributor.
Well, first off, he's our bodyguard.
Well, that's what you call him.
Well, yeah, because I'm small. I mean, I'm not small. I'm not small, but I'm just. I'm not like physically imposingly big.
Anyway,
I just like Cokes.
get it out. Introduce him, Rick.
Harvey Mulvihill. Did I say it right?
You nailed it. Good
Oh,
job,
I
man.
said it right. I had to ask him beforehand, so I didn't say it wrong.
But yeah, I was hired as a bodyguard, and it's been nice. I mean, I don't do a whole lot of work other than that. Just keep people away from these two.
Well, there
as
was
best I can.
that one guy had to body slam the other day.
Oh, that was awesome.
Yeah.
I'm really mad at it.
Did we get that on tape?
No,
damn.
I didn't.
That would have been great pod fodder.
Right.
Oh, well.
No, Harvey is our. What have we given him a specific? He's not an intern because we're paying
production
him.
apprentice?
Yeah, production apprentice. So he currently helps us with one of our clients doing the podcast,
You're
setting it up and
fired.
running it.
Not that kind of apprentice.
Yeah, he sets it up and runs most of that. He almost runs it now. I mean, I don't think I've directed. You did all the directing the last two times.
Yeah, I'm getting the hang of it.
Kind of letting you run the ropes there, and we're gonna get you shooting here soon. And that's where Greg's real strong. So you'll learn more from him there for sure. Yeah, it's just been a fun adventure so far.
It's been awesome. I've told you guys this off air, obviously, but I really appreciate it, and it's been a blast. I had no experience in this industry before all this, but I've always been interested in it. So it's been really cool to dip my toes in.
Cool.
Big old toes.
Yeah, Harvey, for anyone who can't see him because you can't, he's 6'7".
6'7", yeah.
We forgot to push record.
Yeah, we didn't record on that one. We need to record on the camera.
Do you want to press that right now?
No, I mean, we can record anytime.
Yeah, that's true. I'm not worried about it.
Oh,
I figured you can do it from your phone, but that's all good. For those who can't see, we have a GoPro that we're going to record some video of the episode so we can put it
we're
out
doing
there and
video now.
share it for promotional purposes.
I see. Very cool.
It's rolling.
Because we have a really cool new social media person who we'll talk about later that is going to assist us with getting our names out there.
Fuck yeah.
All right, so I
JMK Creative Group, anyone?
Yeah.
Hey, subscribe to
Like,
our podcast.
share, tell all your friends about us.
Mm-hmm.
Make comments.
Yeah, please comment. I'd love to know.
Ask questions.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, everyone probably wants to know Harvey's phone number now.
Yeah, right.
Absolutely. I'll tell you right now.
Anyway.
Ladies, is Harvey, you single?
I'm single and ready
Ladies,
to mingle.
he's single. Let's get his number out there.
So, Harvey, what's your story?
My story. So I'm 27 years old. I grew up in Dallas, Texas, in Richardson, actually, just north. And I went, my entire life has been kind of on the business course of things. I went to Southwestern University in Georgetown, Texas, got a business degree. And that's kind of what I was planning on doing for the rest of my life. I worked at Enterprise Rent-A-Car for 3.5, almost 4 years as a manager. Went through their manager trainee program, which was interesting. Learned a lot. Learned that I'm not thrilled with the whole customer service aspect of things. I've had quite
No,
quite
but you're
enough
good
of
at
it.
customer service.
Yeah,
still.
you are
I mean,
definitely good.
you're
I'm
quite
good.
trained at it. But,
Yes,
but I understand. We understand what you went through.
Yeah, dude, it was
A pandemic.
It was during the pandemic. It was rough. Got to be pretty brutal. I can tell that story if you want.
Nah.
Yeah, but it was fine, and I learned a lot. And so now I was like, let's do something completely different. I'm interested in video production. I'm interested in obsessed with film, and I want to be in that world at some point. So I was like, this seems like a great place to start. And when I saw your ad that you put on Facebook, it was exactly my position. I think you said like looking for someone hungry, wants to enter the industry that doesn't have much experience. I was like, that's 100% me. So I think it was a great match.
It is. I mean, we're very happy that you're aboard.
Yeah, especially for you have more podcast knowledge than we do, and you've given us good insight, one for ourselves, but also that we can deliver to clients and help them grow and improve their podcasts and our production of their podcasts.
Absolutely. I was telling my friend the other day, he couldn't wrap his head around this. For some reason, like 5 or 6 years ago, I just started listening to pods almost everywhere I go, every car trip, and it's sort of overtaken music for me
Same
at
here.
this point.
Yep,
It's
same here.
nuts. So I just listen to pods almost all the time, and I was telling my friend that he's like, I can't even wrap my head around that mentality. Like your go-to when you get in the car is a pod, not music. So anyway, I live and breathe this stuff, and I know a lot about it.
For me, first thing Monday, when I get in the car Monday, it's Two Bears, One Cave. Tuesday, it's Poker Stories. Wednesday, it's Kevin Smith. I mean, that's my rotation.
What's some podcasts you listen to, Harvey?
I love Two Bears. I love the whole Your Mom's House network, Tom Segura's thing. I don't know if you know that. Do you know about the Your Mom's House live things that they do?
I do.
Yeah. So I've seen every single one of those. They're a lot. They're pretty intense. But if you guys don't know, people that don't know, Your Mom's House is a podcast. Tom Segura, the comedian, and his wife run the company. They produce 5 or 6 different podcasts, I think.
I think they're up to 10 now.
Yeah, it's
I
tons.
believe there's 10 coming out of there.
So anyway, huge industry. They're based out of Austin, but they also have a studio in California. And they started doing these live podcast events that you can buy a ticket to. It's like $7 or $8, and you get access to a 4 or 5 hour live podcast where they do all kinds of crazy shit.
It is off the rails.
It's wild. They have this thing called the heavy segment, which the whole point of it is that their brand of humor is pretty off color, as you can imagine, and they can't show most of the stuff they want to on YouTube or wherever their platforms are, Apple Music, blah blah blah. So they have their own platform with the live pods that they can show anything that they want. So you're seeing, horrific, insane stuff. And anyway, it's a lot of fun. It's a blast. Your Mom's House is like my bread and butter. I love that. There's another. I'm obsessed with comedy, so most of my stuff is comedy focused.
Yeah, same here.
A lot of comedians.
Oh yeah, and there's my second favorite is called Tuesdays with Stories. 2 comedians out of New York, Joe List and Mark Normand. They're both great.
It is awesome.
He's unbelievable.
One thing I found interesting in just talking with you, Harvey, is like you listen to podcasts, but you seem to have a lot of knowledge on the video aspect of what they do too.
That's
what a lot of them are doing.
100% of the podcasts that I consume are through YouTube. So that's the reason why I don't listen to hardly anything. I watch almost everything. In my car, I'll lock my phone, but it's still going through YouTube. I've got YouTube Premium, so it just plays.
Still going. You're still doing it even through YouTube, though.
100% of them, yeah. So it's
interesting.
And I'm not the only one that does this. I love the behind the scenes stuff. So whenever comedians talk about this type of thing, excuse me, it's fascinating to me. So they're apparently they'll upload the videos to YouTube and they'll put the audio stuff on every other platform, and it's usually 55 to 60% of their views are through YouTube, which is nuts. Think about that percentage.
That's currently what we recognize. We notice.
That's crazy.
We're about the same.
Yeah. So people that I know that I was just saying Tuesdays with Stories. The two guys have been doing it for like a decade, and
they're pretty close to that, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, they're on. I think they've done like 1,000 episodes or something crazy once a week. Anyway, but they were late to adopt the video because that was what the way the industry was moving, and they just weren't willing to do it. Understandably, it's a pain in the butt, excuse me. And
You're okay.
And so they finally did adopt it, and their views just spike. It happens every time.
So what are some trends that you've noticed about like how videos done differently on a podcast than say on a talk show?
It's much more free form. Talk shows are much more segmented, and that's why I think they're kind of a dying art form in a way. I mean, the late night format is not nearly as viable as it used to be. Now the whole thing is podcast, because when you get to that podcast model and you can just talk, have a conversation with someone, you get a ton of unfiltered, it's not 8 minutes on Jimmy Kimmel. It's an hour and a half, and they tell you their whole life story. It's a lot more interesting. There's a lot more meat to that.
Well, it's kind of like what Letterman adopted with his Netflix show. I mean, granted, that is heavily edited, but it's more long form conversations.
Absolutely.
Hey, Harvey, can you come up with something iconic right now?
On the spot?
On the spot. Come on.
This second.
I'll give you 5 minutes. I'll
Okay.
give you to the end of this episode.
If it's not iconic, we don't want to hear about it.
Yeah, I mean, we
Oh,
need
we're
something
gonna-
iconic. We need it now.
JMKast, where JMs are casted.
I don't know what that means.
You tell me that's not iconic?
No, I don't even know what that means.
Edit point there. No.
So you said trends, right? So what I've noticed, there's it's really a 50-50 split for things that are pretty heavily edited and things that aren't. I think it's also just you get to, when you do this for a long time, you get to the point where you don't really need a whole lot of editing, because you're understanding that the conversation flows and you pass it to the co-host and things go back and forth that way. But I see it both ways.
Would you rather watch edited content or just freeform?
No preference, truly.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? In general, edited, but that's just because I don't like a lot of pauses. And I don't know. Do you guys know who H3 Productions is? They're big YouTubers. They've been around forever. They have a giant podcast network, also pretty much exclusively YouTube, but all their stuff is live, so they just stream it straight to YouTube. They do very well. They get like 1 million views an episode. But
What's it called again?
H3, or it's the H3 podcast. It's pretty high up there, number 17 in the world or something.
Oh wow.
But anyway, all their stuff is live. I do
He
like.
really knows his podcast.
Yeah, I do like their. I've
seen these guys.
Yeah, I do like their stuff. But a lot of times there's just the pauses and the dead air. They have it's like a running joke when you just get silence,
Wow, they have absurd
dead air.
Yeah, dead
So
air.
that stuff I don't love.
No, dead air is never good. So you've been kind of, hanging out with us and doing the podcast. You've been on 2 shoots with us on Encore?
I think too.
2, okay. So you've seen kind of some of the gear and stuff we use. What's in the wish list of Harvey if he wanted some gear?
Number one would be camera. I've never had any sort of camera before except for my iPhone, and those are point and click. And you've shown me 1 million times how to put the camera, however many times we've done the podcast at this point, and I'm still like, oh, this button for the way. It's just magic to me.
Wait
still.
until we have Mike Castellucci on, and he'll tell you how to use your iPhone, and then you'll really understand that we don't need those big cameras.
He has a whole show called Phoning It In that he does only with his iPhone.
That's a smart name.
Yeah.
So,
Iconic, some would say.
Told him for a long time Apple needs to sponsor it, but
I don't know why they don't.
still don't know
They're
how
Apple.
that's not happened.
That's the reason.
Fair point.
Yeah, everybody knows about Apple.
Yeah.
Fair point.
Yeah,
Why am I not getting sponsored by Ozorka?
or Monster.
For us, Soundstripe.
I mean, yeah, like I think almost every episode so far.
Oh, we've mentioned it every episode. Every episode.
Soundstripe.
Is that where you guys get your play
Sounds
your music
right.
and stuff?
Always, yeah.
Soundstripe. Soundstripe.
Tell me about Soundstripe. So is it a subscription service?
Yeah, yeah. You pay like a monthly. You can pay like a yearly or what. I mean, there's different levels and different upgrades to what you can do. But you can download, and then they let you generate codes to show that you have copyright. You know.
So you're
For YouTube
legally
and yeah.
purchasing it, basically.
Yes.
In fact, previous episode we had an issue where we were flagged for our open music, but which comes from Soundstripe, and the people who flagged it, guess who? Soundstripe.
Wow.
So, but let's see, you don't put the code in right away. You had to be flagged, and then, or at least that's how I still don't know where to. Rick he says there's a place.
I give you a code. Fascinating.
I still don't have.
So when it's on one, I'll have to show you. But it's the thing is, it doesn't always. It doesn't always.
Like there's the thing where it says going through copyright claims, and it does that, but there's nowhere to click anywhere.
Right,
Like
and it has to go through the whole cycle. So you have to be a little bit patient to wait for it to tell you, oh, there's a claim. But most people don't do that. They just click through it.
Well, we didn't get the claim until after it was
Right,
published.
I
Like
know.
it didn't come up.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it showed up, and it hadn't come. It didn't come up like we'd already published 2 other episodes with the exact same music.
Did they
But it
claim
was
those
only
two
the
also?
one, yeah.
Just
Nope,
the third
just that third one. All
same
of a sudden.
exact amount of time.
Yeah,
Yep,
no,
same
it's same open. I mean, you've heard
bizarre.
the open. Hadn't changed at all.
That's really
And they
strange.
haven't flagged, which is also from Soundstripe. They didn't flag the music I used for the cold open. But either way, you go through the little process where you say, hey, I do have rights, and I did the little description, and then
You to contest it.
yeah, and then I put in the code that they gave me, and then we haven't heard any problems since.
Okay.
So
That's
it's
still
kind of like
pain in the butt.
it like within 5 minutes after my debating it with them, it went away. Like I found it ironic that Soundstripe was the one that
It was pretty funny.
There's got to be a better
flagged
way.
it,
The fact that
and-
you have to contest the thing is annoying because I mean
which I just always get the code though. When I
Yeah.
download it, I get the code. I'd always given it to the clients and other things. I never gave it to Encore because one of our clients, because they use Soundstripe, which is why we use Soundstripe.
Right.
Because what would happen is we would get a recording, and we would get like the preview recording, and in the preview there would be like an audio watermark.
You'd literally hear it.
You would literally hear Soundstripe.
Oof.
You'd hear the music in Soundstripe. And I kept thinking that we're going to forget to replace it one time.
Yeah.
And then that it's going to go to the web, and we're going to hear Soundstripe. Soundstripe. So I didn't want that to happen. So I asked, what do y'all use? And then I got the service for us. And then I just started downloading the master without the watermark, so that we would automatically have it and be
Makes it easier
use
for editing,
Yeah,
too.
plus
Sure. Sometimes when you're editing,
I mean,
you
if
just
you
hear
know
that
your
word.
yeah. I mean, there's no real. Maybe when they started, there was a reason to get the watermark version, but now,
No.
I don't even. I don't even think you can get the watermark version now. Like when I do the download, it just,
We can't. No, because we have a subscription.
maybe that's why.
Because we have the subscription. If we didn't have a subscription, then we would
Maybe
still
that's
get it.
why.
I wasn't even aware of an audio watermark until today. That's
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
funny.
Where they put like the company name or like embedded in
Which
these.
is
In
smart.
fact, Rick has heard a TV show
Yeah.
that apparently he forgot to pay.
I was watching something else
Or
and I just heard it. I rewound that real quick and I'm like, they didn't swap their music out.
It's Soundstripe.
Which sometimes you put music in as a placeholder too. Like sometimes
Sure.
you'll put something in and be like, oh, we're going to use something different here, or
Reference
and
track.
they just and they just forgot to switch it out, which
using
just
terminology.
was hilarious.
So anyway, camera. What beyond a camera? I mean, obviously you need a lens to go with a camera.
Yeah, and then a microphone. I mean, a
Probably
lens,
tripod.
but lens, tripod, all those things you need to shoot.
All of our tools.
So
Yeah.
you want the basic tools.
Absolutely, basics at this point. I mean, just what we're using to record this podcast, the soundboard, all this is magic to me.
The JMK starter kit.
Well, guess what, Harvey?
What's that?
We have all those things.
Look behind that chair.
It's going to be like Harvey Christmas.
Behind the chair.
Oh, sweet!
Go
I'm
get
so
it.
excited for
Go
this.
get it.
Go get it.
Go get it.
Harvey
Go get
Christmas.
it.
It was like a kid opening
We're
the
gonna have an
Christmas
unboxing. We're gonna have an unboxing for Harvey.
So glad we have the video rolling so we can see the.
Yes.
He's so excited.
Yes.
Just this one, right?
Yep. Well, for now,
bag's yours, too.
Yeah. The thing that looks like a suitcase. That's also.
All right, guys.
And what do we got here?
We have.
I got it Harvey size too.
Box says
The Monfrodo.
Monferrato.
Whatever.
When I got it, they had it like as high up as it would
Sexy
go,
as hell.
and it was like, it looks small, but trust me, that one goes like.
Oh, it feels. This
I think that one's taller. It'll go taller than you. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, that's the big one?
Pulling out a large tripod.
Yeah.
This thing is
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeehaw! Yay, Harvey!
Yes.
It's Christmas.
Thank you guys so much. This is awesome.
We'll be taking it out of your first
Price
paychecks.
tag still on it. Yeah.
I'm gonna keep that thing on it. It's like
You can
those
take
people
that
do
off.
with the hats, leave the sticker
There we
on.
go.
yeah.
Go get the other case.
Get the fun stuff.
Yeah, get the stuff you really wanted.
Yeah, the tripod's fun, but it's not the gold.
This one right here?
Yep.
Yeah. Did you get him a bag too?
Well, yeah, he gets the case to put it in. I mean, you got to be safe.
That's true.
This whole thing's mine?
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. See, this is Harvey's gear.
Dude. Oh, you guys are hooking me up. Wow. Wow. Want to get a shot of this, can we? It's worth it.
Well, here, I guess I can.
It's got a little bit of everything in it.
This is unbelievable. Oh, dude, this is incredible. With the check in there, too. I mean, come on. Come on.
There's check in
This
there.
really
That's
is
fine.
Christmas. Oh, my. I got to take a picture of this for my own records. This is unbelievable. Wow. Thank you, guys. This is awesome. Thank you. Man. All right, so what should we pull out first? I'm thinking the camera.
Pull the camera out.
Pull up the camera.
There she is. She's a beauty. Sony.
Is that the 2? Yeah.
A7S2.
A7S2,
Awesome.
So
Fantastic. Again, I don't know a thing about it. It's going to be exciting to learn.
watch YouTube videos. Yeah. We'll coach you too, but
Very nice looking lens.
so the biggest thing with lenses, remember, is they're more expensive than the cameras typically, so you got to treat them.
Extremely carefully.
Yes.
Got it. You want me to hook it up? What
Sure,
do you think?
go for it.
Cool. As I learned from Rick, you
So-
don't keep this open for very long.
If you can help it, you don't want to keep the sensor uncovered long at all if you can help it. They usually only go on one way, so if you can't force it.
That's usually my go-to with the electronics is forcing them.
Nope.
Making them work.
It'll only
Making
line,
them
it'll only line up
succumb
one
to
way.
my will.
There's usually a dot.
Yeah,
the
find
dot?
the dot and line the dots up. There's a
the
little
dot.
red line.
Got it. Where'd my thing go?
And then turn them. Click. Yep.
Beautiful.
There you go.
All right.
And
This
then
thing is
probably
sexy
need
as hell.
battery
I'm guessing probably.
somewhere in there. I have those are chargers for the batteries. And then that's cards.
Cards, cool.
That's those are filters that go on. They're different sizes. You can figure those out. There's some batteries, and I put them in different little things like that
Okay.
because there's different types of batteries. Like some go to the monitor.
Got it.
Yeah.
This is unbelievable.
Of course, we're not talking on the mic. No one can hear anything I'm saying.
So essentially, Harvey is having a Christmas moment.
This is
Right? He's-
unbelievable.
he's
I
just
can't.
going
I'm blown
through
away. I did
everything.
not expect any of this.
So we'll start to give him assignments and have him start. It only goes in one way, so if it doesn't want to work, you've got it in the wrong way. Then
It's going in though.
it'll only click in one way. Though.
I see. Oh, it's probably with the arrow.
Yeah. Yep. If it doesn't click, it doesn't want. It won't. It's not the right way. There you go. Yep.
All right. Let's turn this bad boy on. Oh, it's
And here's the camera.
dude. This is so sick. Yeah, man. Oh, I'm so excited for this.
It's literally Christmas for Harvey today.
This is unbelievable. This is way better than Christmas. I didn't get hardly anything for Christmas. This is awesome.
So yeah, we'll give you some stuff to tell you go out and shoot some things and start to learn how to story tell. And our goal with Harvey, and we'll have him on the show definitely more to talk about his growth and what he's learning and things he likes and doesn't like about what we're doing and what he likes about the gear and doesn't like about the gear, and a lot of learning that'll be done, and it'll be fun.
These batteries are for the other ones. I guess I can go through all this later on. I don't know where I'm called right now.
I'd love to give more of a play-by-play, but I can't see anything.
Oh, there, go for the microphone. You got a mic.
I got a lav here.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Sennheiser Lavs, nice.
Lav, excuse me.
And we can explain some of the
Mic,
stuff that you probably don't know what you have yet.
Yeah. Half the stuff I've just seen. I know, I know what that is.
Yeah. Like, you don't know what certain things go together and stuff.
So our goal with Harvey is to get him to a point where
Thank you.
we can have him go with a client, and he can go by himself. We don't have to, worry about what he's going to do, because he's going to be able to produce content that will be up to the level of what JMK does. And he'll, probably for, I would guess, the first year plus or so, he'll be with one of us. But yeah, it's a matter of getting him growing and comfortable. And my favorite part, Harvey, is you ask the right questions.
Yeah.
You never seem to ask questions that make me go, okay, he's not getting it. you're kind of always asking the questions where I go, okay, he's understanding because you're asking that next question. And I think to me, that's what's been most impressive for me with your growth so far is that almost every question has definitely been okay, he understands the concept. Okay, now we can expand or change or talk about something else.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm insecure about my lack of knowledge for this stuff, so I appreciate you guys being understanding.
You hide it well.
But that's why we're here.
Yeah. But I mean, you guys have been unbelievable, and I truly do think that just messing around with this thing is gonna make me so much better at it.
Yeah. I mean, you're gonna show up to the podcast next time and just go bloop, ready to go.
No questions.
Until Rick hands you his camera.
I throw it out the window.
No, don't throw that can out the window. That's not mine.
Don't throw it out.
Hey, guess what?
What's that?
Word of the day.
Word of the day.
Word of the day.
Word of the day.
I like it.
All right.
Is it
that is
excitement?
now officially word of the day.
Intro music for word of the day.
All right. You want to know what today's word
Is it excitement?
No.
Is it my last name?
Christmas? Christmas in August.
No, it's word of the day.
It's XLR. It's not really a word. Not really a word.
an abbreviation.
It's an XLR.
It's one of these.
It's one of these. One of these right here. It's like the audio cable that like you use typically with audio, and you have one. This is kind of why I picked audio.
Isn't it only audio? Isn't XLR only an audio cable?
Because the ones you use for batteries are usually called
Well, it has an adapter.
5 pins or whatever.
It has an adapter, but
So
yeah.
anyway, there's male and female.
Yep.
They
It's a very binary system, very not 2022.
It works.
yeah, and
It's effective and it works.
And kind of to go along with it, HDMI. And I'm not going to go with what HDMI stands for.
I don't care
but
what HDMI
we're going
stands
to talk
for.
what HDMI is, and I think some red cables right there. Okay, HDMI here, and you got various versions of HDMI.
3 different connectors.
There's like normal,
standard
HDMI,
micro, and mini.
There's micro,
Mini and micro.
and then they call mini, which is kind of
teeny
like
tiny.
micro and mini. Like mini sounds like it would be a micro, but mini's like half the size of a regular.
It's frustrating.
Which, sometimes you get a camera and it says mini, and you think it's going to be micro, and then you get your thing and go, I don't have the right size.
Most of these plug directly into the Sony's, no problem. But then when we use our Canons, we have to use a different adapter to plug the Canons in. And then the GoPros use even different from that.
But
So
with
it's
video
like-
production, you eventually you realize you just got to have them all.
Yeah.
Because
different companies, different styles.
Yeah, and anyway, so XLR, HDMI. We're not giving you like exactly what that stands for and all that, but
One's audio and one's video.
yeah.
Well, that does audio as well. Though.
Actually, yeah,
That'll
HDMI,
travel audio as well.
You get the audio and the video because notice when we plug it in to the monitor, you'll see the audio waves go too.
So is there a mic on the camera?
There is.
Yeah, there is a mic on the camera, but once you plug in an external mic into the camera,
Got it.
the internal camera goes away, or internal mic goes
So
away.
you're picking up audio from there, but it's still recording in the same.
And there's
Yes.
different ways you can do it. So like
Yeah.
I don't record into camera. I personally record separately just because I like to have it in my hands.
Yeah,
But it's comfort thing. It's just whatever he does it differently than I do.
got your gear set up to where you got to do it my way.
And it's
Because
just different ways of doing it.
You
There's
don't
not
have
wrong.
you don't have the separate part that you need to record into.
But there's no wrong way of doing it. It's just how I'm comfortable doing it.
Got it.
Yep.
So
But that's the word of the day.
sweet.
Fun stuff.
So
HDMI was the only thing that I knew anything about. Before I started this process, obviously, because you use them for your TV,
Right,
plug it
right,
into your
right.
Xbox,
and
it's
didn't know what an XLR was.
I knew that from my stagehand days, but that's that very brief period of my life, and I couldn't have told you if you would have asked me what XLR is. So I've heard that word before.
Yeah.
Yeah, and no, I couldn't tell you.
All right. Well, that sums up word of the day, and
And evidently the entire show.
apparently the entire show at the end of. Come on, we met Harvey.
Perfect. It was a
he
lot.
got all this stuff.
We
He
had Christmas
unboxed-
in August.
Yes.
I really, really appreciate this.
and
It's
we
awesome.
had word of the day, all of that, and we had some off-color.
Thank you.
podcast.
Thank
Like,
you.
share,
Bye.
subscribe. Harvey, thank you. Until next time, we're out of here.